today's video, which is a February favourites. I have no idea how it is already March, but I am pretty excited because we've actually got some pretty sunny, nice days, so I'm really not complaining. I'm so done with the winter. I don't know about anyone else, but it's kind of been a hard winter for me. I'm not too sure why, but I just haven't been enjoying the cold. It's been making me feel a little bit sad, to be honest, so I'm very, very excited for a little bit more sunshine, maybe even a little bit of heat. I need some sun. Today I've been left without my laptop as it's gone off to Apple to get fixed. Thought I would share with you my February favourites. Not sure when I'll get my Mac back, hopefully today. So hopefully this video won't be too late, but if it is, that's why. But let's get started with the products I've been loving in February. So although I get a lot of hair products sent to me, I don't usually fall in love with them. However, I've really been loving the Sexy Hair, Healthy Sexy Hair Soya Want It All 22 in 1. 22 seems like a lot. But it's basically a leave-in treatment, and it's got soy, cocoa and argan oil, and it's quite a fine mist. I'm going to spray this, I might regret it. There we go. Don't know if you could see that, but it's really fine, and I like to use this in wet hair. I have quite knotty hair, but I don't like to overload my hair with conditioner or anything like that, so this is quite a nice alternative. I use a bit of conditioner on my ends and then I brush it through, and I really, really like this. The mist is really fine, so I can mist a little bit through my roots almost and not get too greasy or anything like that. Another product I've really been loving is the Sleep Plus Pillow Spray. I wasn't really expecting this to be any better than the original This Works sleep spray, but actually it's pretty good, and this one makes you fall asleep and stay asleep. And I have found that it actually really works. I spray it on my pillow, get into bed, and instantly I'm like, oh, want to sleep. Sometimes I climb into bed and kind of want to reply to text messages and stuff, and I can't manage it because this does work. I'm not terribly sure if it necessarily keeps me asleep the whole night, but I do really enjoy using it, and it gets me to sleep a little bit quicker as well, which is always a plus. A tool I thought I would quickly touch on is Tweezerman tweezers. I think it's so easy to forget about like key products, and the Tweezerman tweezers are just incredible. I wasn't sure if they were worth the money, but 100% they are. They grab hairs like no other tweezers can, and I've had mine for ages and they're still perfect. I've got a new pair that aren't Tweezerman recently, and they're brand new but nowhere near as good as these are. These just grab hairs like nothing else. When you're doing your eyebrows, it just makes it so much easier. So I would definitely recommend investing in a pair of Tweezerman tweezers. Quickly onto skincare, I have been really enjoying the Hydroluron Moisture Jelly. I've got really dehydrated skin. I try to keep it hydrated, but so much easier said than done, and this has been amazing. I actually only use this in the morning, although you can use it in the evening. So I use this every morning underneath my foundation, and although it hydrates my skin, it isn't heavy at all, and it doesn't make it oily or anything like that. And I definitely think I'm going to repurchase this. I've really been enjoying using this, and definitely a good one to look into if your skin is particularly dehydrated. To prove just how dehydrated my skin is, I then use the This Works In Transit Camera Close-Up, which is basically a moisturiser, mask and primer in one. I didn't think I would fall in love with this. I thought it would be another average primer. However, it is amazing, and if there's one product I would recommend out of this whole video, it'd probably be this. It's so, so good. It makes my makeup last all day, and it gets to about 6 o'clock and I'm ready for a touch up, and I go and have a look and there's just nothing to touch up, which is just amazing. And this is with foundations that would usually slip off within like 4 hours. And it's also a mask as well, so if you want to travel with just this, it's really good because you don't need to take an extra primer or moisturiser or a mask. You just apply this on a little bit thicker and then kind of dab it all down, which is really good. Hasn't broken me out at all, and I actually find that if I have foundations that usually break me out a little bit, using this kind of puts a nice barrier there, and that doesn't happen anymore. So I have been loving this. If you're like me and you've kind of tried lots of primers and don't really think they make a huge difference, this one does, and it's definitely worth looking into. On to makeup, and I only have 3 more bits to show you. Number 1 is the Benefit Speed Brow. I have been trying the Benefit Gimme Brow, but because I have quite thick brows to begin with, wasn't really loving it. The colour wasn't quite right, but this one is just incredible, really quick to use in the morning, and I've been using it ever since I got it. Really good. I like this probably as much as the Ico brow gel, but it's just the one I'm using at the moment. I think this one's a little bit more tinted as well, so just loving this. I actually got one for my mum and I think she's gonna love it as well. The first of the two lipsticks I've been loving this month is the Charlotte Tilbury Red Carpet Red. This is one of those colours that just seems to look nice on everybody but very different on everyone. On me, I think this is quite a true bright red. I've worn this in a video before, so I'll link that video below. And it looks really dark in the tube. I'll quickly give you a swatch. It looks quite dark there, but on me it's a very true, beautiful red, and it lasts all day, and although it's matte it isn't drying at all, which is definitely a plus because so many matte lipsticks are ridiculously drying and this isn't. So I'm definitely going to check out some more of the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, I think, and the packaging's quite cute and they're not too expensive if we compare it to something like Tom Ford. We know I like a Tom Ford lipstick, but so expensive, and these just aren't. These are so much more affordable, but probably actually a little bit better if I'm completely honest. I've really been getting into MAC lipsticks this month. I've worn Ruby Woo so much this month, but since I've picked a red, I'm going to pick the MAC Pure Zen. By itself, it's a little bit too nude for me, but it's a perfect nude over lipstick that's a little bit too dark or a liner that's a little bit too matte. I've just really been enjoying this, really comfortable on the lips, and I've actually got it on, but it's over a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick and a lip liner as well, so probably not the best representation, but I've seen quite a lot of people. Really, children? I'm gonna have to wait. All that noise actually came from like a school class that must have passed my road, and they got excited because it's snowing. After I just finished saying what a beautiful day it is today, and really it's so beautiful, it's not even cold and it's snowing, I don't know. But anyway, I've seen lots of people rave about MAC Pure Zen this month. Really beautiful lipstick if you're looking for a new MAC. One that I've heard people talk about more recently, so it's probably one that you may not have in your collection, so definitely look into this one. Really beautiful colour. And that's the end of my February favourites. Hopefully throughout March I kind of get to try a few more like summery items. I'm really excited for spring. But thank you all for watching. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.